From the majestic kingdoms of the past to the resilient spirit of the present, Nigeria's history is a tale of strength, perseverance, and triumph which has witnessed the rise and fall of great eras, each leaving a mark on the rich textiles of its heritage. But the echoes of these powerful kingdoms and great eras of the past are fast eroding from the hearts of the people. So, how do we recreate a sense of connection to our past? Who will rise to promote empathy and a sense of shared purpose among our past and future generations? Meet 30 outstanding young Nigerians from the North, West, East and South regions of the country in the Young Historian Competition, determined to connect the courage of past generations to the glorious heritage of the present and future generations. Their mission is to inspire a positive attitude to the knowledge of history and provide a link between the past and future generations. Who will emerge as Nigeria's first champion of history? The Young Historian Competition, an initiative of the Restored Heart Foundation, is aimed at promoting knowledge of history among undergraduates of Nigeria's tertiary institutions. Rose John Toyo from the Northwest, Joy Adeboye from the Southwest, Luke Daramola from the North Central, and Abdul Malik Abubakar from the Northwest have all secured their tickets to the next round. They are now one step closer to the ultimate prize and the competition is heating up. But 4 contestants are left to fight for the final 2 spots in the quarterfinals. Yusuf Adamu and Kidgat Bala Simon from the Northeast, Alex Olajide and Beryl Etop Equiri from the South will be going head-to-head and are determined to secure their spot in the next round. It's Alex Olajide from the South challenging Yusuf Adamu from the Northeast and Beryl Etop Equiri from the South up against Kidgat Bala Simon from the Northeast. The stakes couldn't be higher for these contestants, as only the winner will move on to the quarterfinals and the loser will be eliminated. Who will come out on top and continue their journey towards victory?
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Our country's rich and diverse history is an invaluable asset that we must cherish and preserve for future generations. One of the most significant ways to achieve this goal is through historic preservations. The Restored Heart Foundation has created the Young Historian Competition to inspire and encourage Nigerian university students to delve deeper into our nation's fascinating past. This competition is an excellent opportunity for young minds to explore and celebrate our cultural heritage, fostering a deep appreciation of history and instilling core values and leadership skills that will benefit them in all aspects of life. By actively engaging in the study of history, these students can become ambassadors for preserving our cultural heritage and ensuring that it is passed down to future generations. The competition encourages students to bring their unique perspectives to the table, promoting creativity and innovation in the study of history. The Restored Heart Foundation believes that by investing in our young people, we can create a brighter future for our country, one that is grounded in a deep appreciation of our past and a commitment to preserving it for future generations.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
It's now time for the highly anticipated showdown between Yusuf Adamu from the Northeast and Alex Olajide from the South. It's a winner-take-all situation as they both compete for a spot in the quarterfinals and a chance to become Africa's keeper of history. This is a battle you won't want to miss.
I'm going to read the ground rules now. Number 1, your mic must be muted until you are asked to talk, right? This stage you have 12 questions and you have 90 seconds. Your camera must be on, turned through the time you are answering the question. No sound is expected to come from your background. We are starting with Yusuf Adamu from the Northeast. Yusuf, are you ready for your questions now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here we go. Who was the Nigerian head of state who was overthrown in the military coup of 1985, leading to the rise of General Ibrahim Babangida?
Skip.
Which Nigerian leader initiated the Green Revolution in the 1970s, aiming to boost agricultural productivity?
Skip.
Which Nigerian president initiated the transition to civilian rule program known as the Political Bureau in 1986?
Skip.
Who was the Nigerian military leader who handed power back to civilians in 1999, ending years of military rule?
Ibrahim Babangida.
Which Nigerian political party was founded by the late Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola, who won the annulled 1993 presidential election? Which Nigerian leader initiated the process of relocating the national capital from Lagos to Abuja?
General Murtala Muhammad.
Who was the first female speaker of the Nigerian House of Representatives?
Skip.
All right, thank you so much, Yusuf. Your time is up. I wish you good luck. I'm looking forward to the next stage. So, Alex, are you ready for your questions now? All right, here we go. What was the name of the agreement reached during a conference in Ghana in 1967 between the Nigerian government and the Eastern region? Which Nigerian leader initiated the family support program in 1986 aimed at alleviating poverty and supporting families?
Skip.
Which African country was the site of the Sharpeville massacre, which helped to galvanize the anti-apartheid movement?
South Africa.
Which African country was the site of the 1994 genocide?
Rwanda.
Which African country was the site of the Zulu Empire, which was a major military power in the 19th century?
South Africa.
Which African country was the site of the Darfur conflicts, which resulted in the deaths of over 300,000?
Congo.
Which African country was the site of the Battle of Omdurman?
Skip.
All right, thank you so much, Alex Olajide. Your time is up.
What a thrilling performance from Alex Olajide, who has dominated his opponent and secured a resounding victory to advance to the next round. With a commanding 4-0 scoreline, it's clear that our contestant from the South means business. For Yusuf Adamu, the contestant representing the Northeast, it's the end of the journey to become the keeper of African history.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
In his youth, Jaja was kidnapped from Igbo land and sold into slavery. He was then brought to Ijaw land thereafter. As was customary amongst the Ijaw, Jaja earned his way out of slavery after serving his master for several years. At the death of his master, he took charge of the trade and went on to head the Annie People House merchant faction of Bonny. Under him, Annie People absorbed other trade houses until a war with the Manila People House, led by Oko Jumbo, compelled Jaja to break away to establish Opobo Kingdom 26 miles east of Bonny in 1869. Opobo came to be a prominent trading post in the region's palm oil trade, while Jaja barred entry to European and African middlemen, effectively monopolizing trade, and by 1870 was selling 8,000 tons of palm oil directly to the British. Opobo also shipped palm oil directly to Liverpool. Despite his trade rivalry with the Europeans, Jaja sent his children to schools in Glasgow and enlisted whites to staff the circular school he built in Opobo. He barred any missionaries from entering Opobo. At the 1884 Berlin Conference, the Europeans designated Opobo as British territory. When Jaja refused to cease taxing the British traders, Henry Hamilton Johnston, a British vice consul, invited Jaja for negotiations in 1887. Jaja was arrested on arrival aboard a British vessel. He was tried in Accra in the Gold Coast, now Ghana, then exiled first to London and later to St. Vincent and Barbados in the British West Indies. His presence in the West Indies was alleged to be the cause of civil unrest, as the people of Barbados of African descent were upset at the poor treatment of a king from their homeland. In 1891, Jaja was granted permission to return to Opobo but died en route. Following his exile and death, the power of the Opobo state rapidly declined. In 1903, the King Jaja of Opobo Memorial was erected in his honor in Opobo Town Center.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Up next is a showdown between Beryl Etop Ikwiri from the South-South and Kidgak Bala Simon from the Northeast. These two contestants have already proven themselves in the intra-regional stage, but now they will need to bring their A-game to secure the final quarter-final spot. The stakes are high and the pressure is on. Who will rise to the occasion and emerge victorious?
We start with Kidgak. Kidgak, you're ready for your questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so here we go. Who was the African nationalist leader and first Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of the Congo after its independence?
Skip.
Who was an English missionary whose first missionary posting was to the African country Sierra Leone, where he spent the early parts of his missionary years?
Skip.
During the period of his missionary time with the Ewa people, Dash was more than instrumental in growing the Abeokuta kingdom and even providing British support during the period of the Dahomey attacks.
Skip.
Who was ordained as the first African Anglican Bishop of West Africa by the Bishop of London?
Samuel Ajayi Crowther.
History accounts have it that Bishop Ajayi Crowther reads the Lord's Prayer in the Yoruba language to a popular monarch who described his reading as soft and melodious.
Skip.
Before passing on in her old age, Mary Slessor had dedicated that years to her missionary work in Nigeria.
Skip.
Thank you so much, Kidgak.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. After months of special training for ministry, Mary Slessor was sent to the west coast of Africa.
Calabar.
Henry Townsend, a missionary from England, understanding the need to communicate with the Africans in a language that they would understand, proceeded to learn the Dash language, then known as the Ako language.
Igbo.
Mary Slessor was most popularly known for
stopping the killing of twins.
Moved to help the people of Nigeria, Mary Slessor went on to learn the Dash language to better help her communicate. Thabo Mbeki was the second black president of South Africa in what year to what year?
In 1989. Skip, sorry.
Thabo Mbeki was deputy president to who?
Nelson Mandela.
Thabo Mbeki was posted to Nigeria to establish...
Skip.
Kofi Annan was a diplomat who served as at dash the United Nations from dash year to dash year.
Skip.
In what year did Kofi Annan die?
Skip.
What is the legacy? Alright, thank you so much, Beryl. Your time is up.
In a nail-biting finish, Beryl Etop from the South has emerged victorious, edging out Kidgak Bala Simon from the Northeast by a stunning 4 points to 2. With this impressive feat, she has officially secured her spot in the quarterfinals and cemented her position as one of the top contenders in this competition. What an exhilarating moment.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Rose John Toyo and Abdul Malik Abubakar from the Northwest, Joy Adeboye from the Southwest, Luke Daramola from the North Central, Alex Olajide and Beryl Etop Ikwiri from the South all have a safe passage to the quarterfinal round where things will get hotter. But what is the feeling among the qualifiers?
So far, how has the competition been for you from the intra-regional stage, and you just concluded the inter-regional stage and you moved to the quarterfinal. So how has it been for you so far?
Firstly, I want to thank Restored Heart Foundation because this initiative has really helped me to conduct a lot of research about Africa. I had business nights, daily to read, and it has really helped me to multitasking because I have to combine my school activities while it's competition.
First, I want to thank the Restored Heart Foundation for this opportunity for young people to talk about African history. It has been an amazing experience, right from over 2,000 applicants that applied, from 800, then to 130, and 12. So it has been an amazing experience, and I'm happy to qualify for the quarterfinal, and it's interesting that it will be held in my school. So assuming nobody was representing my school, it will really be nice. Be that people are happening in the school and nobody is representing the school there. So it's really a good one. And I thank everyone at the foundation for the opportunity.
It is indeed a very nice experience and a very amazing experience also. I feel very much elated and mesmerized. This is a very appreciated victory throughout these processes that we have been going through the records of our past historical antecedents as Africans and including the current situations of Africa. So this is very nice to me because I've gained a lot through that process of research to know much about my background as an African. So it is indeed a very nice.
It's an exhilarating feeling. I feel good because I'm in love with history. The moment I saw Young Historian Competition, I just saw history. I applied because it had to do with history. That's how much I love history. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know the reward or anything. I just saw history and I applied because I love history. And I'm glad I get to be here to, this makes me study more about history, and it feels good, to know about your country, Africa. It's a good feeling and I'm excited.
The quarterfinal stage is up next in the Young Historian Competition, and our qualifiers are geared up for the challenge as we move closer to the ultimate prize of 500,000 Naira in academic scholarship, along with other exciting benefits. The competition is brought to you by the Restored Heart Foundation in partnership with Fulton Marine Services Limited, Hills Carries Gas Limited, DigiPiper, and Carrier Paddy.
Where we're going through all the battles and the pain. We're in the fatherland, right where we belong. Let's take a journey back there to where it all began. Let's know the history of a great Nigeria.